I'm not asking about prosecutions. I'm asking about why you aren't releasing the full Epstein files, including the names of people who were involved in the sex ring that you promised to do before you became FBI director.
I just told you I'm not going to release downloaded porn of
I'm not asking about that. Fine. I'm asking about all the other files.
What other videos? Tell me. Tell me.
That's what I'm asking.
Tell me.
You're saying there are no videos that would be relevant to anyone else involved in the Jeffrey Epstein sex ring.
Pursuant to Mr. Acosta's collection of information based on the search warrants. That's all we have in our possession.
And I'm asking you, that stuff.
That's all.
Let me tell you something, folks. If you want to see what accountability looks like, rewind the tape and watch Congressman Dan Goldman take Kash Patel apart in that hearing. Because what we saw was the difference between Democrats who demand answers and Republicans who spend their time covering up for Donald Trump. Goldman didn't tiptoe around. He didn't dress it up in lawyer talk. He cut straight to the point with the question everyone in America wants answered. Does Donald Trump's name appear in the Epstein files?
Mr. Patel, does Donald Trump appear anywhere in the Epstein files?
I'm sorry, could you say that again?
It's not a complicated question. Does Donald Trump appear anywhere in the Epstein files?
I didn't say it was a complicated question. I just didn't hear you, so my apologies. We have released where President Trump's name's in the Epstein files and everybody else, and all credible information that we are legally allowed to release has been released.
All right, so let's go through that. You're referring to court orders that prohibit you from releasing grand jury testimony under Rule 6E. Is that what you're referring to when you say as the law allows?
That's a piece of it.
Really? What other evidence do those three court orders you cited prohibit from being released?
Information that was collected pursuant to those search warrants that were limited in fashion.
Wrong. Okay. That's not what the court order says, and that's not under 6E.
And you're talking, and I said that's 6E, and I said there was others, and I'm answering that there are sealed court order documents. There are protective orders.
They are unsealed as part of discovery given to Ghislaine Maxwell. They are no longer sealed.
That's just not true. We can argue about it all you want.
Okay, well, you agree that there are. So your testimony here is that the reason why you are not releasing all of the videos that you have acknowledged, there are so many, and that the FBI spent thousands of hours of reviewing, the photographs, the photographs that you have. You're saying that you're not releasing those because there's a court order requiring them to be sealed? Is that your testimony?
Never said that about the videos. On the totality of the videos, of the thousands of images that were seized pursuant to the search warrants executed at the time, the overwhelming majority of that video is pornographic material that was downloaded from the internet and child sexual abuse material. We will never release that.
Well, as you should not release the victims. But if there are videos that relate to others who Epstein trafficked to, such as maybe Prince Andrew, or photographs, that you have total control to release.
Yes, and if it exists...
And so why haven't you released it?
Why are you supposing that that is a fact when in fact it is false? Are you saying that...
You're saying that none of the videos relate to anything relevant to the Jeffrey Epstein trafficking ring?
Every single video that we have collected pursuant to the prior search warrants has been examined for the last 10 years. And every single video has been utilized for whatever prosecutions were able to be legally brought.
I'm not asking about prosecutions. I'm asking about why you aren't releasing the full Epstein files, including the names of people who were involved in the sex ring that you promised to do before you became FBI director.
I just told you I'm not going to release downloaded porn.
I'm not asking about that. Fine. I'm asking about all the other files.
What other videos? Tell me. Tell me.
That's what I'm asking.
Tell me.
You're saying there are no videos that would be relevant to anyone else involved in the Jeffrey Epstein sex ring.
Pursuant to Mr. Acosta's collection of information based on the search warrants. That's all we have in our possession.
And I'm asking you, that stuff.
That's all we got.
I'm not asking all you got. I'm asking you in that stuff, there's nothing that's related to any other sex traffic, any other people engaged with Epstein in underage sex.
That's correct. To my knowledge, no.
Okay. Let's talk about the witness interviews. 302s of witness interviews. Those are not subject to the court order. Those are not subject to any fictional sealed order for a search warrant. Why aren't you releasing those with the redacted names of the victims?
We are releasing as much as legally allowed. That's why we went back to the courts.
How is that not legally allowed?
Sir, do you know how court orders work? Do you know how protective orders
Actually,
work? Actually,
Mr. Patel, I was a real prosecutor for 10 years. I know exactly how
so I was a fake
orders.
one?
And I want to understand what the court order prevents you from releasing witness statements that the FBI took.
You should know that as a real prosecutor, when the court hand downs a protective order and a motion to seal, the material is sealed unless that
Your
judge
testimony
waives
here
it.
is that all of those witness statements are under a court order, a protective order.
We are providing everything we can legally provide.
No, that's not my
Congress has
question.
sent us a
My
subpoena.
question is, why are those witness statements that are not grand jury testimony, that if they were under a protective order are no longer under a protective order, why are they not being released?
How are they not under a protective
Why
order?
are you not going to the court like you did for the grand jury testimony to unseal those
The
records?
DOJ did go to the court.
No, not on those records. Why aren't you going? You just went on grand jury.
Time of the gentleman has expired.
You are hiding the Epstein files,
Time
Mr.
of the
Patel.
gentleman has expired.
You are part of the cover-up.
Can I respond?
You sure can.
Any allegations that I'm a part of a cover-up to protect child sexual trafficking and victims of human trafficking and sexual crimes is patently and categorically false in the work of my
So I hope you will talk to them when they
Gentlemen's time
have
has expired.
requested to speak with you. Because the
Gentlemen's time has
victims have
expired. Gentleman
requested
yields
and you are
back.
not responding to them.
That's it. That's the whole question. And what did Kash Patel do? He ducked, he dodged, he mumbled, he tried to play dumb, acting like he didn't hear. That's not just avoidance, that's a political tell. When someone squirms that hard under oath, you know the truth is dangerous. And that's the real story here. Donald Trump and his allies have spent years running from accountability. The Epstein scandal is a perfect example. Epstein was a predator who operated in elite circles for decades, exploiting young girls while the powerful looked the other way. Trump was part of those circles. Trump was photographed with Epstein. Trump himself once bragged that Epstein liked women on the younger side. And yet, when it comes time to answer for it, Republicans slam the brakes. They say, nothing to see here. Goldman said enough is enough, and that's why this exchange matters. Because Patel admitted that the FBI has thousands of hours of video and images. Thousands. But he wants us to believe they're just random pornography downloaded from the internet. Give me a break. Goldman pressed him. What about the videos of Epstein's friends, the powerful men who walked into those mansions and private islands? What about the photographs? Patel dodged again. Let me be crystal clear. If this were about Barack Obama, if there was even the slightest hint his name appeared in those files, Fox News would lose its mind. The GOP would be holding daily press conferences. They'd already have impeachment resolutions drafted. But because it's Donald Trump, suddenly the files are too sensitive, suddenly everything is sealed, suddenly we're told to move along. That is corruption. That is hypocrisy. And that is a cover-up. Goldman, a former prosecutor, knew Patel's excuses didn't hold water. He reminded Patel that these so-called sealed files, like FBI witness interviews, can be released. They can be redacted to protect victims. There's no legal reason to bury them forever. Unless, of course, they reveal names too powerful to touch. And that's what Republicans are terrified of. They know if the full truth comes out, their golden idol, Donald Trump, won't come out clean. This is the heart of the fight between Democrats and Republicans right now. Democrats are standing up for the truth. We're demanding transparency, demanding accountability, demanding justice for the victims who were silenced for years. Meanwhile, Republicans are twisting themselves into knots to protect Trump. And in doing so, they're protecting the same corrupt system that allowed Epstein to thrive in the first place. Republicans love to call themselves the party of law and order. They love to weaponize the language of child protection, calling Democrats groomers and demonizing teachers, librarians, and LGBTQ Americans. But when it comes to an actual predator, when it comes to the actual exploitation of minors by Epstein and his circle, where are they? Silent, hiding, dodging, doing everything they can to keep those files sealed. That's not law and order. That's cowardice. Kash Patel had the chance to do the right thing. He could have said, yes, Trump's name is in there, or no, it isn't. He could have told the American people the truth. Instead, he buried himself under excuses about protective orders. He even had the nerve to claim Goldman didn't understand how court orders work, to a man who spent a decade as a federal prosecutor. Patel embarrassed himself, and in the process showed us exactly how Republicans operate: lie, deflect, and protect Donald Trump at all costs. And let's not forget, Donald Trump hand-picked Patel. Trump put him in powerful positions because he trusted him to be a loyal soldier, not an independent truth-teller. And that's exactly what Patel was in that hearing, a soldier protecting the boss no matter how ugly the truth is. But here's the thing, this won't hold forever. Democrats like Goldman are not going to let up. The pressure is building. More hearings will come, more victims will demand answers, and eventually those files will see the light of day. And when they do, Republicans are going to wish they had stood on the side of transparency instead of hiding behind Donald Trump's shadow. So let's call this what it is, a cover-up. Republicans are trying to protect Donald Trump by hiding the Epstein files, and Democrats are the ones fighting to drag the truth out into the sunlight. That's the choice. That's the contrast, and the American people need to see it clearly. Because this isn't just about politics. This is about whether justice applies to everyone or just to the powerless. If Epstein's files implicate powerful men, those names must be revealed, no matter their party, no matter their title. And Democrats are the ones demanding it. So don't let Republicans gaslight you. Don't let them pretend this is about protecting victims. Protecting victims means exposing predators, no matter how wealthy or connected they are. What Republicans are doing is protecting Trump, period. And that's why Goldman's questioning was so important. It ripped the mask off. It showed America the lengths the GOP will go to shield their golden idol. And it showed us the power of Democrats when we refuse to let go of the truth. So here's the takeaway. Democrats fight for accountability. Republicans fight to protect Donald Trump. And once again, it took a Democrat, Dan Goldman, to stand up and ask the questions Republicans are too cowardly to even whisper. Stay loud, stay engaged, and don't stop demanding the truth. Because this story isn't over, and when the full truth about Epstein and his enablers comes out, the GOP will have nowhere to hide. And if you're ready to keep fighting for accountability, do what Republicans don't want you to do. Subscribe, like this video, and leave a comment to keep this movement growing.